There's a real interesting subject called emotional quotient, EQ, emotional quotient. And it's, you know how there's the IQ, so
Yes.
that's the intelligence, how you, and there's the emotional quotient, and emotions have an intelligence. And so if two people are going for a job and you have this one person who's high IQ, and then you have another one that's very aware, very people oriented, understands things, who do you think is going to get that job? The person with the high EQ is going to get that job. Always.
I guess it depends on the job.
Yeah, it depends on the job. But in most cases, that somebody that's, that can
Sure, of
see and read a room and understand what's going on
course.
has a higher ability, and that's this emotional quotient, which means they have more awareness.
Hmm. When I was researching for our show tonight, I came up with this, and I just love this because I think everybody will be aware of this. So
Yes.
there are 25 signs that you're unconscious. Are you ready?
25. Let's go.
Okay, number one, you can't stop thinking. You're constantly
Oh,
deep in thought, lost in your own world, unable to shut your mind off, and incessantly thinking all the time about everything. We all know people like that. I got about the worry, about the past, the future, the work, this, that. Can
how
it
many
can
times do we get a question on that? All the time. Yeah.
all the time, right?
Yeah.
Number two, you find it hard to concentrate and focus.
Oh, yeah.
So your mind is all over the place. Your thoughts are scattered. You find it hard to concentrate and focus. And even listening to someone talk for 30 seconds without drifting off into your own world, it's extremely difficult.
So true.
Right. And there, like I said, different levels of this for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Number three, you can't meditate for 20 minutes. You can't sit down and meditate for even 20 minutes without your mind going crazy. And when you do sit down, you're constantly thinking to yourself, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Our workshops, we had people like
Right.
this, like, oh,
Right.
you gotta breathe and just calm down. You find it number four, you find it's hard to be present in the moment. You
Oh,
find
yeah.
it almost impossible to be present in the moment, and most of your time is spent thinking about your past or your future or something other than what you're doing.
Right. So true.
A
That's a
lot of
big
people
one.
have that problem.
Mhm.
And this is my favorite one. 5 is my favorite. I use this all the time. I just used it last week. You talk more than you listen. You
Oh,
you talk a lot more than you
yeah.
listen. Even when it's your turn to listen, you're not really paying attention. You're just waiting for your time to talk. You also have a habit of interrupting others and trying to control and dominate conversation.
Uh, that's a big one.
That's a
That's a
big
big
one.
one. Yeah.
I find that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, number 6, you're argumentative. You're quick to
Mhm.
argue, interrupt, and you constantly feel that you need to correct people and tell them they're wrong.
Oh, don't you hate that one? Yeah. Oh, pet peeve.
Mhm. You're aggressive. You're aggressive in your body language and the way you speak to people and treat people.
Oh,
Nonviolent communication is a foreign concept.
oof. Wow. That's a good one.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Number 8, you're competitive. You have a strong desire to one up and beat people. I've had that happen to me in
Yeah.
spiritual work. I've had
Yeah.
people who were like, "Oh, you have a TV show. I gotta get one. Or you, I want that." Like, what? 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 It's the
Ah,
weirdest thing.
so
Weirdest thing,
weird.
especially in the
Really
spiritual
weird.
world. Weird. You're intolerant. You find yourself unable to accept people as they are, especially those who don't think the way you do and don't
Mm.
believe what you do. We run into a lot of that.
Oh, please. Mm.
This is a good one. 10. You're reactive. You react emotionally without thinking. A
Yeah.
lot of people do that. Often flying off the handle compulsively as if there was no other option.
Oh, that's a big one in my work. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you a copy of this because
Oh,
this is
I would
pretty good.
love it.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. 11. You're easily annoyed and irritated. You're triggered easily and upset by the smallest of things, and it takes nothing to get in your nerves, to push your buttons, and to provoke you.
Woo, woo. Now we're into the
Well, like
personality disorders.
I was gonna say borderline personality disorder thing. We're
Yes.
slowly getting into here. Number 12, you're quick to criticize and complain. Just saying. You spend a lot of time criticizing and complaining and judging others. How many friends do we have like that?
Oh my
Hello?
God, I have to laugh. Lisa Sanders here says, "Wow, that's my ex-boyfriend you're describing." Oh, I hear you, Lisa. We got lots of those.
I mean, we all have that, right? We all have
Totally.
that. It's great. Another good one, 13. You're controlled by your emotions.
Oh
You
yeah.
you don't just feel your emotions, they overwhelm you. You're up one moment and down the next.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Time for some psych meds.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Number 14, you enjoy conflict. And there are people that do enjoy conflict, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Enjoy arguing, fighting,
it helps
uh,
them feel alive.
and be in control.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter wars, etc. That's or
Mm.
simply watching others. Yeah.
Ugh.
50. Most of your thinking is negative.
Okay, you know how many we have of that.
A lot.
That's a big one. Yeah.
So most of your thoughts are negative, and you often find yourself seeing the worst in people, and speaking negatively about them.
Mm,
That's sad. It's very, very
yeah.
sad actually to live
Yeah.
like that. 16, you enjoy angry, aggressive, sad music. That's terrible. You enjoy listening to angry, aggressive, sad music because it reflects the way you feel inside. Oh, I don't want to be with that person.
Oh.
Oh, um, what about like rock, like metal rock when that was out there? I don't know. I couldn't take it. I didn't like it personally.
It's too much for me either.
Here's
Mm.
a tough one. 18. This is a tough one. You take pleasure in the suffering of others.
Well, that's sadistic. That's somebody
That's
who's really
sadistic.
sadistic. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean that unconsciousness there would be off the rails, James.
Okay. I have neighbors like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 19. Here's a good one.
Mm.
You're addicted to social media.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah.
addicted to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You feel a compulsive urge to look at your phone and check it every hour of the day.
Oh wow. I mean
Yeah.
that's so much unconscious to that.
A lot
Wow.
of people.
Yeah.
20, you're obsessed with other people. You're outwardly focused and obsessed with other people, celebrities especially, and what they said or didn't say, did or didn't do. Wow.
Mm.
12.
Wow.
Okay. 21, you're closed-minded. You're attached beliefs, and you don't have to have every one of these
Yeah.
25. It's all of
Yeah.
them, obviously. Um, you're obsessed with, yeah. You're outwardly focused and obsessed with other people. I told you, closed-minded. You're attached to your beliefs, stuck in your ways, and unwilling to listen to or to even consider any new ideas or anything that challenges your current belief system.
Oh, that's somebody who is so stuck in their belief system.
And that is closing them
So
down. And
yeah.
talk about
Uh,
sleepwalking,
and fear with that. Yeah.
fear,
Yeah.
sleepwalking.
Mhm.
Um, 23, you're oblivious to your surroundings.
Oh, that's huge.
I just had that
Mhm.
happen in my life with someone. You're
Yeah.
oblivious to your surroundings. When you go for a walk, are you aware of your surroundings, or do you just get lost in thought because became oblivious to your surroundings or to what's around you?
Mm.
24, you use the term woke. Enough said. 25, you don't care if you're unconscious. One of the biggest telltale signs that you're unconscious
Mhm.
is if you don't care whether you're unconscious or not. I
Yeah.
know that when I'm asleep, unconscious somehow, I don't care if I'm acting, speaking, thinking, unconsciously managed it is. Who cares? So what? Why does it matter? So there you go.
Uh,
Can everybody relate to that?
yeah.
Some of those? I know
Oh
I certainly can. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot.
god, those are good ones.